Let's come to a comfortable seated position. Spine straight, the eyes are closed. I'll do it with you. With the spine straight and the eyes closed. All right, thank you. Exhale the breath. As you inhale through the nose, open up the mouth and create a loud ha sound. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth, loud ha. Inhale through the nose. Hold at the top. And through the nose, slowly exhale. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 4. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And with this exhale, come to all fours. Bring the shoulders over the wrists and the hips over the knees. Once you establish your tabletop position, anchoring the hands and the feet down, exhale. As you inhale, send the heart forward, the gaze forward. And as you exhale, lift the spine high, bow the head, and draw the tailbone down. Inhale, heart forward, gaze forward. And as you exhale, spine high and bow the head. Inhale, wave-like motion to the spine. Exhale, wave-like motion. Inhale, forward. Exhale, high. Now bring the spine to a neutral position and let's warm up the wrists. Spin the right fingertips to the right, spin the left fingertips to the left. Start to move the shoulders left and right, left and right. Feel free to spin the fingertips towards the knees and start pulsing the shoulders forward and back, forward and back. And feel free to walk it out, the hands that is, fingertips forward and back, forward and back. Feel free to ground the back of your hand down and work the flexion of the wrist. And for me, what I like to do is go palm up, palm down, and let that be how I walk the hands out. We really don't ever do any poses that require flexion of the wrist, not that I can even think of right now in yoga. But it is nice to help warm the body up, warm the wrist, get some blood moving into the forearm, the wrist itself. All right, let's wrap it up, John. As you come to a neutral position, we'll pop up to the fingertips and tent the hands. Oh, this is going to be so fun. Exhale the breath. As you inhale, send the heart forward, the gaze forward. Keep it together, Chris. As you exhale, spine high and bow the head. Inhale, heart forward, gaze forward. As you exhale, spine high and bow the head. Inhale forward, you can plant the palms now or later. As you exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips, and push back into down dog. Walk it out, bend the knees, move the hips. Feel free to look left and look right. Move the shoulders around, move the legs around. Just allow the communication to happen. You move, and there's a feeling that's generated. That feeling is then experienced as a thought in the mind, and just allow it to end there. Feel what you're feeling. All right, let's move and breathe together. With an inhale, lift the hips and the heels high. And as you exhale, bend the knees and bring the shins low. With an inhale, lift the hips and straighten the legs. As you exhale, pivot the heels to the right and lengthen the left sideline of the body. Or hold this one a little longer. Feel free to bend the right knee and ground the left heel. For some people, it feels good to step the left foot behind the right foot. All good, whatever feels right for you. Take that leg variation. So in the beginning, we're all focusing on the sleeve of the body, the superficial front, superficial back, and lateral lines, and a lot of multi-joint movements. All right, with an inhale, come to center. And as you exhale, pivot the heels to the left. What I mean by multi-joint movements is all of the repetitive movements that help encourage synovial fluid in the synovial joints. It's all very methodical how we begin classes. Feel free, right foot steps behind the left foot. And then with an inhale, come to center, keep the hips, keep the heels high. Shift the gaze forward and walk your feet slowly forward into a forward fold at the front part of the mat. And then give yourself a moment to feel what the hamstrings are doing, the low back is doing, maybe catching opposite elbows and swaying a little left, a little right. You can stay with this or come bring the hands forward in front of you and lower the hips down to the heels, come into a deep squat position. Just be real careful with the ankles, be very careful with the knees, and feel what that deep flexion in the ankles, knees, and hips feels like. Maybe rounding. You can also open up the knees wide and let the body drape between the legs. And then as the hips lift up, let the heels release down. And let's take a moment to work the extension of the shoulders, interlacing the fingers to the low back. Maybe the knuckles press up and over. And so part of this in the beginning of the class is also just exploring the range of motion that your body has in all the joints. And as you release the grip, put a little bend in the knees, rotate the palms forward, and with an inhale, sweep all the way up to standing. Now at the top, anchor down through the left foot and reach up high through the left fingertips. Anchor down to the right foot and reach up high through the right fingertips. And continue that on your own. Feel the movement fluidly reaching left and right, left and right. And then let's come to center, ground equally through the feet, reach impossibly high. Inhale. Palms together, hands to prayer position. Over the heart as you exhale. Take a moment to breathe, to relax and feel, and stay steady. And in that clear and connected space, align your practice with a purpose, setting an intention or dedicating your class to someone you love, someone in need of love. The waves of life will toss us around. But this practice of movement, of meditation, it tethers us, it anchors us to that which is solid. It keeps us on firm, steady ground so that we can navigate the fluctuations of life. It tethers us to that which is permanent, even as we're swimming in that impermanent world. And so we practice. Let's join our voices in one sound of peace, in one Om. Take a deep inhale. As you relax your arms by your sides, rotate the palms forward. Inhale, sweep high. As you exhale, forward fold. I'm going to have to make John do that Om again. Place the hands to the shins. Inhale, heart forward. As you exhale, forward fold. Align the fingertips next to the toes. Inhale, heart forward, long spine. As you exhale, bend the knees and step your right foot back. Actually, pause. Check this out. Look at John. John, step forward again. And now we're going to do this a little more methodically. And so this is how you can start working these more advanced experiences. So look at John. He's going to ground. He's going to elevate his right foot. He's actually going to lift it. It's hovering. He's floating it. And then he's going to very, very carefully take a step back. Even in these simple movements, you can make it much more advanced just by isolating and integrating in the simple experiences. So that's what we'll be doing today. Inhale, heart forward. As you exhale, step back, downward facing dog. Continue with some multi-joint repetitive movements. With an inhale, come forward into your high push-up position and lower the knees down. With the knees grounded, take an inhale. As you exhale, push the hips back towards the heels, extended child's pose. With an inhale, come forward, modified plank. As you exhale, push back, extended child's pose. Inhale slowly forward. Exhale slowly back. Inhale forward. With this exhale, lower all the way down to the belly. Untuck the toes, anchor the hips, the tops of the feet. As you inhale, lift the heart, come into a baby cobra. Very heavy hands, very heavy hips and feet, anchoring down to the tops of the feet, firming the thighs. Elbows hugging in as the heart lifts, maybe 1 inch higher. And then lower all the way down. Take an inhale. As you exhale, press up to the knees and push your hips back to your heels, extended child's pose. Know that you can always take it easier today unless you're John. You can always come back to this place and breathe and feel. With an inhale, come up onto all fours, tuck the toes, lift the hips, and push back into down dog. And you can walk it out, bend the knees, move the hips. Sometimes there's just some kinks, some extra things going on in the body where you just got to move into it and feel it and work it out. Feel free to do that. And as you're getting yourself situated, make sure the fingers are spread really, really wide and that the weight is forward towards the fingertips, the upper pads of the hands. Wrapping the triceps. When that's there, now the shoulders are integrated. Adding the core, ribs and low belly pulling up and in. The heart lowers down without disintegrating, without losing strength. As you lift the heels with an inhale, sweep your right leg high. And as you exhale, bring the knee towards your nose, strong, active core. As you inhale, re-extend. As you exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, re-extend. Shift the gaze, and as you exhale, right foot to your right thumb. Once you're there, slowly lift the hips, straighten the lead leg. Perfectly fine to pop up to the fingertips, or you can place your hands on blocks. What that does, when you elevate the hands higher, it'll release some of the pressure in the hamstring and the back body. To move deeper, the body drapes forward. As you come forward into your lunge, pause and check John out, what he's going to do here. With an inhale, just him, he's going to step his left foot up. And notice how he does this. It's going to float up. He's going to hold it up before it lands, and then he'll drop it. Okay, so John, go back into a lunge. Exhale. With an inhale, float your left foot up. And as you exhale, plant the foot and fold. Awesome. Put a little bend in the knees. Rotate the palms forward. As you inhale, sweep all the way up to standing. Reach high. As you exhale, fold forward. Inhale, long spine. As you exhale, left foot lifts and floats back methodically, carefully. Inhale, long spine. As you exhale, step back, downward facing dog. With an inhale, come forward to plank or just before. As you exhale, lift the hips and push back, down dog. Inhale, slowly forward. We'll do that a few times. As you exhale, lift the hips and push back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Inhale, forward to plank. Hold this one. As you exhale, lower all the way down to the belly. I didn't say drop your knees, John. Untuck the toes, anchor the hips, the tops of the feet down. You can always pop up to the fingertips, and with an inhale, lift the heart up, come into cobra. As the hips and the tops of the feet firmly ground, the fronts of the thighs ignite, the inner thighs hug towards each other, then the heart lifts higher, inhale. And as you exhale, lower all the way down. If the knees need to stay grounded, allow them to. Otherwise, tuck your toes under, straighten the legs, and at the end of your exhale, when you're strongest, press up to plank. Inhale when you're there, and as you exhale, lift the hips and push back, down dog. Now, engage the core, ground the hands, but soften the face, soften the jaw. Let the gaze be steady to one point. And take a very deep, deliberate inhale, a calm, conscious exhale. As you lift the heels with an inhale, sweep your left leg high. As you exhale, knee to nose. As you inhale, re-extend. As you exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, re-extend to the highest. And as you exhale, a careful step forward. In this lunge, slowly lift the hips and straighten the lead leg. Grounding the feet, pulling the feet towards each other, draping the body forward and down. As you come forward into your lunge, exhale. Methodically, with an inhale, right foot floats up. See if it can hover for a moment and then land. All good if that's not working for you. Put a little bend in the knees, rotate the palms forward. Inhale, sweep all the way up to standing, reach high. Now, at the top, let's bring the hands to the glutes, the low back area. As the feet ground, make sure there's some space there. It's going to help support and create some space for the low back. Now, as the feet ground, the heart lifts. It's the upward motion we're working first. Lift out of the waistline, and then start to ease yourself back. The hips and hands can press together. I'm not jutting the hips forward. Pull the low belly back. Ground to the feet. It's the legs that are the foundation as you lift up, bowing the spine back. Exhale. As you inhale, come back to center. Re-extend the arms. And as you exhale, push the hips back and bend the knees. Sit low into your chair. I say low. Low is relative. Right? You're feeling how the knees are, how the hips are, how the low back is experiencing this. Let's bring the palms together, hands to prayer position over the heart. Hold here or extend the arms by your sides and put on your wings. You can stay there or interlace the fingers behind you as the knuckles draw back and the ribs, the low belly pulls in, working the hips low. Keep the grip with the hands, and as you exhale, forward fold, knuckles press up and over. Be easy if you need to be easy. Now, as you release the grip, bend the knees, lower the hips, inhale, arms sweep high to chair. Bring the palms together, hands to prayer position over the heart. Now, ground through your left foot. Slowly unweight the right foot and take a very large step back. Once that foot lands, sweep both arms back, palms down. With an inhale, sweep your arms, your body high. As you exhale, sweep the arms, the body low. Inhale, high. Exhale, low. Inhale to the highest. As you exhale to plank. And lower halfway, chaturanga. As you inhale, press back up to plank. And as you exhale, lower all the way down to the belly. Now slide the hands closer to the hips. And with an inhale, press into upward facing dog and navigate through it. You can get your body situated as you need to. So this whole build, the reason we go through baby cobra and then, from the knees and modifying and then chaturanga, that whole build is to build up towards the very intense experience of a chaturanga up dog, down dog flow. Take an inhale, downward facing dog as you exhale. As you lift the heels with an inhale, sweep your left leg high. And as you exhale, left foot to your left thumb. Right heel spins down. And with an inhale, sweep your arms, your body high. Come into a warrior one position. It's a challenging pose. It's kind of tricky because of the hips. They want to be square to the front part of the mat. But that back foot is at an angle. And so if you need to, just reposition that back foot so it points a little more forward. And it's totally fine if that heel lifts. In fact, John's is right now, and it's going to release some pressure off that knee if that's where you feel it. Once you're there, though, anchor through the feet. Firm the core. Brighten the hands, grounding to reach higher. Inhale as you exhale to plank. Now that exhale brings you all the way down through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And as you exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Deep breath in and a slow, steady breath out. As you lift the heels with an inhale, sweep your right leg high. Now hold the leg up, point the toes, but keep the leg straight as you stack the hip. Right hip on top of the left hip. Yes, grounding the right hand down, reaching up through the right toes. Inhale. As you exhale, knee towards your right arm as high as you can manage. Maybe it touches. As you inhale, re-extend. As you exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, re-extend, and as you exhale, right foot to your right thumb. Drop the back knee down, untuck the toes. With an inhale, sweep your arms, your body high. And as you exhale, left arm forward, right arm back. We'll come into this knee down, open twist. As the feet ground and pull towards each other, the thighs hug in, stabilizing the low body. Core strong, so there's some stabilization of the upper body too, but there's freedom of rotation through the shoulders, maybe through the eyes. Exhale. As you inhale to center, sweep both arms high, and as you exhale, ground the hands, tuck the back toes under. With an inhale, left foot floats up to meet your right, and as you exhale, fold. Bend the knees, lower the hips, inhale, arms sweep high, chair. Bring the palms together, hands prayer position over the heart. Anchor firmly through the right foot. Slowly unweight the left and take a very large, very methodical step back. Once that foot lands, sweep both arms back, palms down. With an inhale, sweep your arms, your body high. As you exhale, sweep low, arms back. Inhale, sweep high. Exhale, sweep low. Inhale to the highest. As you exhale to plank, that exhale brings you all the way through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And as you exhale, press back, downward facing dog. As you lift the heels with an inhale, sweep your right leg high. As you exhale, right foot forward. Left heel spins down. Inhale, warrior one. Give yourself time in the transitions to settle, to find the right body position. But that's only first. It's the first thing we're organizing. Strength balanced with openness. But when you're there physically and have that balance, breathe into it. Steady the gaze. Energizing the experience. Grounding to reach higher. Inhale. As you exhale to plank and chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And as you exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Deep breath in and a slow breath out. As you lift the heels with an inhale, sweep your left leg high. Point the toes, stack the hips, but keep the leg straight and strong, anchoring through the left hand to accelerate up through the left toes. Inhale. As you exhale, knee to the left arm. As you inhale, re-extend. As you exhale, knee to nose. As you inhale, re-extend, and as you exhale, left foot to your left thumb. Drop the back knee down, untuck the toes. With an inhale, sweep your arms, your body high. And as you exhale, right arm forward, left arm back. Very important that the tail is lowering down, the low belly pulls in, and that the feet are firmly anchored. That gives you the freedom to rotate through the shoulders, through the eyes. Right at the end, exhale. As you inhale to center, re-extend. And as you exhale, ground the hands, tuck the back toes under. With an inhale, right foot floats up to meet your left. And as you exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, lower the hips. Inhale, arms sweep high to chair. As you exhale, fold forward. Now we're going to prepare for a jump back. It's really nice to walk the feet back a little bit, and very important to bring the feet closer together. As you hug the thighs, it helps to really stabilize that deep core line. Then the heels lift, grounding the hands, sealing the core, and wrapping the triceps. At the end of an exhale, you can do a donkey kick or two if you'd like, a little jump up, and one of those will be a jump back right through your chaturanga. So at the end of an exhale, take your flow, inhaling into up dog, and exhaling back, downward facing dog. Now, if you've stabilized yourself in an inversion, you can just stay there, because we're going to do a jump up now. Bring the feet close. Ground the hands, seal the core, and set the shoulders. That gets all the joints of the upper body stabilized and ready. A couple donkey kicks at the end of an exhale. Get some spring action in the legs. Walking, jumping, or floating your feet up. Exhale and fold. And now we'll heel toe the feet wider and come into a prayer squat. We'll set up for an arm balance. We'll start with a crow. As the feet go wide, the hips drop down. Really important, because of the structure of your hips and your ankles, you may need a totally different body position than what you're seeing John do. You may have to get the toes to splay open, the knees to go wide. Yeah, that's a good idea, John. Thanks. And as the palms come together, the fingertips point left and right. We're going to do a little motion with the wrist to help the wrist warm up, specifically because the deeper levels of crows and arm balances require straight arms, and that's a crazy amount of extension in the wrist. All right, let's take it. As you see John ground the hands, notice where his knees are. His knees are already in position right to the outside of the armpits. Now, if you need to, the elbows can flare wide for more surface area to make this easier. All right, let's pivot towards the front, John. And then as you have that set up, now the legs are set. Then the motion, once the hands are grounded, legs are set, is to slide the shoulders forward. That movement of the shoulders forward is what unweights the feet. One at a time is nice. Smile to your efforts. If both feet lift, involve the legs. Hug the thighs, squeezing in for 3. Breathing steady 2, and either walk, jump, or float back right through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, and as you exhale, press back, downward facing dog. As you lift the heels with an inhale, sweep your right leg high. As you exhale, right foot to your right thumb, left heel spins down. Inhale, warrior 1. And as you exhale, open to warrior 2. Settle in 2. Lift and spread the toes as you ground the 4 corners of the feet. The feet pull in from the hands, pull the shoulders in, integrate towards your center. Holding that as you expand out through the fingertips, down to the feet. Now as you rotate the right palm up with an inhale, reverse the warrior. Left hand can be lightly to the thigh, or you can take a half bind if you'd like. Left hand towards the low back area. Really ignite the right arm, wrap the tricep, and from that right foot grounding, reach and extend up and back. Inhale. As you exhale, windmill the hands down, spin the back heel high, rock the weight forward, the left leg sweeps up. As the hands ground, the core seals, the shoulders set, you can pulse that leg up and back and Triyanga flow, or just step gently back right to your down dog. You choose the level of intensity and the fanciness that you would like to express in that flow. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Awesome. As you lift the heels with an inhale, the left leg sweeps high, left foot to your left thumb, right heel spins down. Inhale, warrior one. As you exhale, open to warrior two. Stabilize, breathe, feel that beautiful balance of strength, of integration with relaxation, but just enough. There's both present at the same time. Now rotate your left palm up, and with an inhale, reverse the warrior. Right hand lightly to the thigh, potentially a half bind, just bringing that right hand towards the low back. Keep externally rotating the left thigh while grounding the big toe of the left foot, grounding to reach up and back. Inhale. As you exhale, windmill the hands down, spin the back heel high, rock the weight forward. As the hands ground and that right leg gets strong and straight, seal the core, little pulses of the leg, up and back, up and back. Make it very simple. You don't have to pulse at all. You can walk back, you can float back, navigate through the feelings of the body and do what's needed. As you meet in down dog, with an inhale, sweep the right leg high. As you exhale, right foot to the right thumb. Left heel spins down. Pause and sweep both arms back. Send just your left arm forward. Exhale. As you inhale, reverse the triangle. Sweep your right arm all the way up and straighten your right leg. Rooting down to the right foot to reach up and back. Inhale. Extended side angle as you exhale. Forearm on top of the knee. Left arm forward, palm down. Right? A couple ways of approaching this. One, lowering the right hand down to a block or the floor allows you to work deeper into that inner right hip and thigh. Maybe taking a half bind. If you'd like to take a full bind, feel free to play around with it. If you're not interested in binding, but you do want to work that more muscular effort that's also required when you bind, you can unweight the right hand to heart center, or maybe parallel the right arm with the left. You choose your expression. Navigate through with the heart of exploration, being open to spontaneously adjust in the moment. Activate the feet, activate the core. Keep lengthening to the sides, rotating the left side body higher. Inhale. As you exhale, ground both hands down. Spin the back heel high. Lower the knee. Untuck the toes. With an inhale, arms and body high. Bring the palms together, hands to prayer position, and twist to your right. Left elbow this time lands on top of the thigh, maybe to the outside of the thigh. You can hold right here or tuck your back toes under and straighten the back leg. Holding here or expand the arms. Left hand down, right arm high. This is a modified, revolved, extended side angle. Power through the back foot and leg. Keep working the core in, lengthening the side bodies forward to access the heart, lifting that deeper rotation if it's there, if it's available, for 3. From the feet, from the core, lengthen and spin for 2. And release both hands down. Rock the weight forward. Left leg sweeps high. Another option here to pulse and play around with maybe going upside down. Maybe that's beyond your capability. Either way, smile, do your thing, and we'll meet in downward facing dog. From your down dog, with an inhale, sweep your left leg high. As you exhale, left foot forward, right heel spins down. Pause and sweep both arms back. Now make sure the spine elevates in line with the back leg. Send just your right arm forward. Exhale into readiness. As you inhale, reverse the triangle. Sweep your left arm all the way up and straighten the left leg. Root down to the foot to reach up and back. Inhale. Extended side angle as you exhale. Form on top of the knee. Right arm forward. Be easy as you enter it. Adjust. Maybe work deeper. It's one of a couple options. You work more flexibility by lowering the hand, or you work more strength by unweighting that left hand to heart center, or paralleling the left arm with the right. There's not a right or wrong with this. You're navigating in your body, feeling and adjusting to what your experience is. The commonality is you're strong, balanced with openness. For 3, spiraling the right side body back, maybe heart a little higher, steadiness of breath, steadiness of gaze. For 2, inhale. As you exhale, ground both hands down, spin the back heel high, drop the knee, untuck the toes. Inhale, arms and body high. Bring the palms together, hands to prayer position, and twist to your left. As that elbow crosses over the leg, you have more leverage to access that deeper rotation. Holding here, or tuck the back toes under, straighten the back leg. But the real question isn't should you go deeper, it's how does the low back feel about it? How does the body feel when you start to progress deeper? Holding there, or expand the arms, right hand down, left arm high. Maybe the left fingertips reach forward. Strong back leg, strong core. Find length through the sides, spiraling up through the heart. For 3, breathing steady. For 2, and release, both hands down. Rock the weight forward. Sweep your right leg high. As the hands ground, the core seals, an option to pulse the leg up and back. You see John doing a little float up thing, the one leg, kind of. He tried it and said, no. He didn't say it. His body was like, no, not today, buddy. Inhale, up dog. And as you exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Now, from down dog, bring the feet close. If you want to play around, you can do a flying crow. John, you want to try that? Check this out for a second. Okay. He's going to do it anyway. Yeah, he has to. So a flying crow just means you're jumping up into it. Yes, this is advanced, but it's a Saturday, and we're going to play around today. Okay, so as the hands ground, the core seals, just check John out for a second. And there's 3 ways of doing this. First way, very simple. You jump the feet up, and then the knees land on the arms. Next level is, so go back. Yeah, there, and then you go crow. Obviously, you're going to go into crow after that. Okay, and then you jump up, and the knees and the feet land together. Elbows bend as the knees. Yeah, boom, same time. Because what that's going to start leading to is the knees touching without the feet touching. There may be like a split second in between, but this is what it'll eventually look like. Go ahead and jump up. Yeah. Ooh, yeah, see? That was perfect because that is the next level. Knees land. You almost got it, but the toes had to touch for him to stabilize. And maybe, if he nails this one, it'll be knees land, but the feet don't touch. Yeah, kind of. You guys get the point. That was good, John. That was like your 4th one already. You're doing great. All right, as the feet come close, ground the hands, seal the core, set the shoulders, and be playful with it. Try jumping up. Try crowing up. And as you find the one that you're content with, yeah, there it is. Nice, John. Woo! That's wrist extension right there. Awesome. We'll come into a forward fold. Forward fold. Awesome. Put a little bend in the knees. Rotate the palms forward. As you inhale, sweep all the way up to standing. Reach high. As you exhale to chair, push the hips back and bend the knees. Now, bring the palms together, hands to prayer position over the heart, and twist to your right. As that happens, yeah, that's right. The left elbow is on top of the right thigh. If you'd like to expand the arms, feel free. Sometimes proportionally, the arms don't do well expanding here just because the length of the arms in relationship to the length of the legs. So work it out for you. Once you find that right position, keep the knees in line. Keep the core strong. The hips working down to the degree that the knees feel cool with it. For 3, steady 2, exhale. Inhale, come back to center, arms sweep high. And as you exhale, forward fold. Now, we're going to ground the right foot down and take half moon. Sweep your left leg high, immediately stacking the left hip on top of the right hip. And then when you're ready, that left arm sweeps high. Anchor through the right foot and hand. As you lift through the left hip and shoulder, the mind grounds in the foot as the gaze shifts up to the hand. For 3, Hug the core. From the core, expand for 2. Keep the leg lifted, ground the left hand down, and take a medium step back. Palms come together with an inhale, sweep all the way up. Now, hands to prayer position over the heart. Reposition the back foot so it points straight forward, and then rock the weight back and lift the right knee up. With your left hand, catch the outside edge of the right thigh, or reach down and catch the foot. Toe lock's available too, but I like the foot. Now, as you find the balance, the right shoulder draws back and the right arm can extend. This is perfect, whether you're at your knee or your foot. You can stay here. If you want something stronger, you can release that hand from the foot and see if the foot can stay elevated on its own. Leg, thigh, firm, strong. Now, keep the leg in position. Come back to center, square off to the front, hands to heart center, and take a medium step forward. As the body lowers, the back leg lifts. Revolving half moon, left hand grounds. Right hand to the hip, the sacrum. Stack the right shoulder on top of the left. Maybe the arm extends. And you can stay here or bend the left knee and reach the right hand back and catch the foot. Once you've got the foot, then maybe work the kick through the gaze, but stay strong. There's so much emphasis on going as deep as possible. It's not always about that. Sometimes it's feeling where it's just right to be at a beginning level and accepting, being content with that. For 3, 2, if you have the foot, release and re-extend. Ground the right hand and step the left foot next to your right foot. Forward fold. Bend the knees, drop the hips, inhale, arms sweep high to chair. Bring the palms together, hands to prayer position, and twist to your left, right elbow on top of or to the outside of that left thigh. As the hips work down, the heart reaches forward, core strong. Maybe working the rotation through the eye gaze as well. Feel free to expand the arms, right hand lowers, left arm high. Be real careful with the knees. They want to stay in line. It keeps the hips in a nice position. Core strong. If your arms are expanded, bring the palms back together. Exhale. As you inhale to center, arms sweep high. And as you exhale, forward fold. Now, left hand, left foot grounds as the right leg sweeps high. Stacking the right hip and sending the right arm up to the sky. Strong. Steady. Then the challenge, if you have that, the balance, is to shift the gaze higher. For 3, breathe and expand for 2. Keep the leg lifted, ground the right hand down, take a medium step back, bring the palms together, and with an inhale, sweep all the way up. Hands to prayer position over the heart. Reposition the back foot so it's pointing straight forward. And then rock the weight back and lift that left thigh up. Super simple. Just catch the outer edge of the leg with the right hand and stay there. Or reach down and catch the foot, straighten the leg. It adds an element of hamstring flexibility that's now required. Left shoulder draws back, the left arm extends. Then, same thing, the way to challenge most balancing poses is with the eye gaze adjusting. Now, keep the leg in position, maybe let go and send the right arm forward. Palms back together, square off, and take a medium step forward. As the body lowers, the back leg lifts, revolving half moon, right hand grounds, left hand to the hip, the sacrum. Stack your left shoulder on top of the right and maybe extend the left arm high. This is super challenging to stay here because you have more gravity. There's more surface area pushing you down. It requires more strength. Easier if you bend the knee and reach the hand back. Because now there's less surface area. And you have leverage to kick, which actually makes it harder here because the rotation is deeper. You have more flexibility happening in that lifted leg, hip, and thigh. Hold. Breathe. Slowly re-extend. Inhale. And as you exhale, forward fold, right foot next to your left. Awesome. Bend the knees, lower the hips. Inhale, arms sweep high to chair. As you exhale, fold forward. Now, heel-toe the feet close together. Ground the hands down. And if you have a block, you can perch yourself up on a block and stand on it. John, let me show that, just in case someone has a block at home. And we're going to take another crow, but you're going to do it from a perched position. Right now, the feet are close, and you're lifting the feet higher because you're on a block. If you don't have it, no worries. You just do a crow. And then bend the knees, bend the elbows, and work the knees on the backs of the arms. What you'll notice is because the hips are higher, there's already a stacking of them more forward, which means you'll find flight sooner because you're in that better position. For 3, nice, John. Steady, 2, and either walk or jump back right through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And as you exhale, press back, downward facing dog. From your down dog, drop the knees down, bring the hips back to the heels, and take a moment to rest. Maybe it's water that you get, maybe it's just being in child's pose and breathing and recentering yourself, tethering the mind to the breath, that deep stillness within you, tethering to that which anchors you in the moment. Let's re-extend the arms. Exhale the breath. As you inhale, come up onto all fours. Shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees. Now, send your right arm forward and your left leg back. Right arm and left leg. Bend the left knee, reach the right hand back and catch the foot. Now, before you start kicking and working flexibility, get strong and work stability. Left hand, right foot grounds, core engages. Hold that, and as you kick, you'll notice there's a little softening of it. Maybe if you have your balance, the gaze goes forward, and you're constantly recalibrating how much to engage and strengthen to limit the range of motion, and how much to soften and expand the range of motion. Breathing, being open to that beautiful dance of strength and ease. For 3, 2. As you release and re-extend, keep that leg lifted, ground the right hand down, tuck the toes under, and press back into a 3-legged down dog. Point the toes, stack the hips, and bend the knee. And we'll play around with something that I think is fun. You're going to slide the right hand back. And as that right hand slides back, you may preemptively shorten your down dog up. That's totally fine, just so that right heel can ground. Now, unweighting the hand, 1 finger at a time. If it's the balance you've achieved, then you can reach the right hand up and catch the left foot dangling above. If you need kind of an in-between, John's showing you hand to the shin, but the shin presses back into the hand. Breathe. Smile if you lose your balance. Be playful with the experience. We're just exploring potential. For 3, breathe steady. 2. As you re-extend, the leg stays lifted, the hand grounds. Inhale. As you exhale, left foot to your left thumb. Nice. Let's take lizard lunge. Drop the back knee down and heel toe that left foot over to the right. And what's nice about heel toeing the left foot over to the right is that it gives some space for the shoulders to drop down. You can stay here. It's kind of nice. The real work here is in the hip flexors, the front of the right hip. So if you keep your spine straight and your hips pressing forward, you'll get it. If you want a little variation, you can bend the right knee and sweep your left hand back. All right, John's on his right forearm as he does so. That'll be more challenging because the body's lower. And so if you don't have the range of motion to get the foot, you can come up to the hand. But either way works. Doesn't matter. The reason this is deeper is now, as that knee bends, it deepens the stretch in the front of that hip. And the hips are in extension, right? When they're forward, and the knee is in flexion when it's bent. That's what creates that deepest opening in the quad and the flexor group. All right, as you release, tuck the back toes under and pivot once to the right. Pivot once to the right. Awesome. Walk your hands over to that left leg, and wrap your hand around the calf to the outside and weave the right hand between the legs. So basically you're catching that left leg, wherever you want to, honestly. Calf, heel, something like that. Now, knees can bend to start, and then the shoulders draw onto the back, heart forward. Over time, patiently, the foot grounds, the leg straightens. Then, because the grip is where it is, you have the ability to pull the body over that left thigh. Weight a little forward towards the toes. Exhale. And as you release, come to center, pop up to the fingertips. Little bend in the knees will release some pressure in the back body. Ignite the core. Send the arms wide. Exhale. As you inhale, stand tall. Now, on the left heel, pivot the toes forward. And we'll transition into half moon, but you can make this a pure balancing experience by bending the left knee, lowering the body, lifting the right leg up, and maybe the hand does not need to ground. Maybe it goes right to the shin. If it does, no worries. Options here to bend the right knee, sweep the left hand back and catch the foot. Option there to maybe sweep the left hand back as well if you've got really solid balance today. But make sure the foundation is set. The weight is forward towards the toes. The shin and the thigh is strong. Then, next level, gaze shifts higher. For 3. Breathe steady. 2. Now, with such steadiness, re-extend, ground the right hand down, and feel free to pulse that right leg up and back. And Triyanga flow, Chaturanga flow will meet in downward facing dog. Take your time through the flow, skip the flow, make it fancy, make it simple. It's all up to you. Once you're there, drop the knees down and bring the hips back to the heels. Let's take a moment to settle and to focus. Breathing wholeheartedly in and wholeheartedly out. As you re-extend or come up onto all fours, there you go. The left arm goes forward and the right leg goes back. From here, bend the knee, reach the hand back, and catch the foot. A couple different grips here. You can catch the big toe edge. It keeps the shoulder in a nice, very neutral position. The pinky toe edge rotates that shoulder externally, which tends to help open the chest up more. As the right hand, the left foot grounds, seal the core, and then work the kick. Breathe into the balance of strength and flexibility, like spontaneously adjusting, recalibrating moment by moment. For 3, steady. Maybe the gaze goes forward and higher for 2. As you release and re-extend, keep the leg lifted, ground the left hand down, tuck the left toes under, press back into a 3-legged down dog, pointing the toes, stack the hips, and bend the knee. As the knee bends now, you can walk the hands back. If you shorten the down dog and that left heel grounds, it'll make it easier for you in this playful experience. So left hand slides back. 1 finger at a time unweights. You can stay right there. That's the beginning of the pose. Or you can lift the hand, maybe still have your balance and reach up and catch the foot. If you catch the foot, then the work is, it's a very subtle kick, very slight kick. Keep wrapping the right tricep, pulling the shoulder blade onto the back. Hold. As you release and re-extend, inhale. And as you exhale, right foot to your right thumb. Lizard lunge, drop the back knee down. Heel toe the right foot over to the right to create some space for your shoulders to drop down between that right leg. Now stay here. Ignite that left glute to draw the hip forward. Shoulders onto the back, heart forward. You can stay there, walking the forearms down or bending that left knee. You can go there, John. And reach the right hand back. As you catch the foot, you'll notice how much deeper, even if you didn't move the hips at all, just bending the knee and catching the foot, how that deepens the stretch in the front of the thigh and hip. Breathe. Steady. As you release, come back into your lunge. Pivot once to your left. And then walk the hands over to the right leg, wrapping the right hand around the right calf or heel. Left hand weaves between the legs, clasping behind the right. And then start with knees bent. Start with a straight spine, a strong core, and breath flowing. Maintain that as the right foot grounds. If it straightens, if that leg straightens, then begin to pull, draping the body over that right thigh. And as you release, come to center. A little bend in the knees is helpful. Arms go wide, strong core. Exhale. As you inhale, come all the way up. Now let's take a wide leg back bend. Bring the hands to the glutes, low back area. As the elbows hug in, that helps to work the shoulder blades back. As the feet ground, the heart lifts. Hips and hands press together. Tail down, low belly in, lift up, and then back. Exhale. As you inhale, come back to center. The arms go wide. On the right heel, pivot the right toes forward, and then bend the right knee half moon. Maybe the hand grounds. Maybe it doesn't need to, and you can bring the hand to the shin. Feel free to play around with that left knee bending, the left hand reaching back and catch the foot. Once you've got the foot, maybe a little kick, maybe the other hand reaches back as well. And wherever you are, the next level of challenge, regardless of the body position, is the eye gaze shifting higher. Not locking the standing leg knee, bring the weight a little forward towards the toes. Slowly, slowly re-extend. Leg lifted, left hand grounds, pulsing that left leg up and back, or just stepping gently back. Take your flow, skip the flow, breathe into it all, and we'll meet in downward facing dog. From your down dog, bring the feet close. Ground the hands, seal the core, and set the shoulders. At the end of your exhale, either walk, jump, or float your feet up. Inhale, long spine. And as you exhale, forward fold. Put a little bend in the knees. Rotate the palms forward. With an inhale, sweep all the way up to standing. Let's move right into standing bow. Left palm forward, right arm windmills back. Bend the right knee and catch the inside of the instep, the ankle, the shin. As you exhale, begin to kick back as you reach forward. The kick is where most of the pose is. It's what releases the right shoulder, the right hip, the front of it. Creates the back bend. Maybe the belly lowers. Eventually the belly parallels the floor. Heart forward, arms slightly higher than the chest for 3, 2, and so carefully to the other side. Windmill, the left arm back, the right arm high, bending the knee, catching the foot, and when you're ready, kick back and reach forward. Head on center. It's very common here for the head to start tilting over to the right. Face directly forward. Weight forward towards the toes. Shin and thigh strong. Core active, supporting the back bend for 3, 2. Slowly to the other side. Right arm back, left arm high. Bend the right knee, catch the inside of the instep. And as you exhale, kick back and reach forward. As the belly lowers and the foot lifts, head centered. So carefully to the other side. Left arm back, right arm high, bend the left knee, catch the inside of the instep, the ankle, the shin. And as you exhale, kick back and reach forward. Belly lowers. Heart lifts, strong and straight through the right arm. Feel where there's tension and breathe into it. At the end, slowly to the other side and hold. Right arm back, left arm high. Bend the right knee, and as you exhale, kick back and reach forward. Right? Not in control over the sequence, but you are in control over how you see it, how you experience it, and what you choose to do about it. Straight and strong through the arm, the leg, wide open through the heart at the end. And slowly, left arm back, right arm high, bend the left knee, catch the inside of the instep, and as you exhale, kick back and reach forward. Come into your breath. Breathe into the experience. Peaking at the end. And release. This time, mountain pose. Now give mountain pose your all. It's very simple. Principles of mountain pose are there. Closing the eyes. And keep it simple. Just breathe wholeheartedly in and wholeheartedly out. As the eyes open, with an inhale, sweep high. And as you exhale, forward fold. Wherever you are on your mat, walk your hands forward, walk your feet back, and come into down dog. From down dog, drop the knees down and bring the hips back to the heels. Take a moment to rest. Nice. So we'll play around with some inversions. We'll start with a forearm balance. Really, dolphin is the preparation for that. Elbows underneath the shoulders, really, really important. And you know, you're at home right now or wherever you are, so you can go to a wall and use a wall to super helpful, very, very helpful. But the elbows are underneath the shoulders, the hands ground. And once you've got the elbows and the hands in position, tuck the toes under, lift the hips up. And this is dolphin. Everything you're doing here is required for a forearm balance. So don't think you're missing anything, because you're not. You're just building the foundation. Hold here or walk the feet forward towards the elbows. And what you'll notice is that the hips begin to stack. Hold that or lift one leg high. Now the leg that you lift naturally is typically your stronger leg, the leg that you always lift. Now you can stay there or begin to pulse, little pulses of the leg up and back, up and back. At that point, you may go upside down. Especially if you're on a wall, you can do that. If you went upside down and you feel good on one side, go ahead and hold it, John, you're good. You can also do the other side. So what I just walked you through was like the full progression. There's other more advanced ways of getting in and getting out of these things, but that's the full progression. So if you wanted to do a forearm balance, that's a forearm balance. If you want to do a handstand, we'll set it up the same way. And the difference is that what dolphin is to forearm balance, down dog is to handstand. Now, once you're in your down dog, walk your feet forward. Same setup though, minus the difference of the arm position, exact same setup, same progression. The feet walk forward, one leg lifts, and then little pulses of the leg. So it's all the same. Eventually, that leg lifts and you pulse up to an inverted position. And that's when a wall is really helpful, especially if you're fearful of falling or pitching forward. All right, there's some of you that are at a wall that shouldn't be at a wall anymore. You're smiling, I'm calling you out, I can't even see you. You know that you don't need it anymore, but it's like your blanket, that comfy blanket that you had growing up. Makes you feel safe, but at some point it's holding you back. If it's the blanket that you're still holding on to from childhood, it's holding you back from the relationship that you want in life. I'm just kidding. Oh my God. But the wall may be holding you back from being able to do a handstand or a forearm balance floating in space. I was referring to John because he still has his blanket. He brings it everywhere. I'm totally just kidding. Not really. As the arms extend forward, so if you're upside down, come out of the inversion. As the arms extend forward, lift the hips, tuck the toes, and push back into down dog. From down dog, we'll bring our feet close, and we'll prepare for a jump through. So check this out. Let's break it out because I'm not doing it and John is. I'm going to make him do it a couple times. So check this out. He's putting his hands on blocks, which is really, really important for some of you because of proportion. Look, it's like arm extensions, right? He just put 4 inches added to his arms, which means when he jumps through, that's added as space underneath him. So first level of this is you're going to jump up and the feet are going to land. They're just going to land. So it'll happen. It wouldn't happen for him because he's on blocks, but I just want to show you the beginning level, John. So go ahead and just jump up and land the feet. And then you just drop the hips down, right? And send the legs forward. That's a jump through. But it's a modified version because what you're really working on is the jump. Okay, so go back to it. Next level is when he jumps, he's going to cross his ankles and land with the feet, the shins crossed underneath him. So go ahead. Yeah, and notice his feet came a little more forward, especially because it's on blocks. Next level is that, but you're with blocks especially, most of you can do it. I guarantee if you have blocks underneath you, you can do a jump through with knees bent. So now he's going to do a full jump through, but at the end he's going to straighten his legs and do a seated L hold or a finger stand. Go ahead. All right. And he paused that one. That was pretty awesome. Next level is straight legs. Proportionally, some of you won't be able to do it without blocks underneath you, but this is what it looks like, straight legs. There it is. All right, so wherever you are, let's ground the hands, seal the core. John, you can do another one if you want. Set the shoulders and either jump through, jump up and sit down, or just simply sit down. All right, and all you teachers in the training, all you teacher trainees, we're going to be breaking down over this weekend. I think it's step 3 and 4, John? Step 3 and 4? Yeah, something like that. So we're going to break down all of those movements and show you the finite experiences of them. Okay, once you're there, reach the arms overhead, so you're seated now. Send the arms forward and slowly recline all of the way back, all the way back. Nice. Once you're down, bend the knees, catch the shins. Give the knees a squeeze and rock a little left, a little right, a little left, a little right. All right, now send the legs vertical. Legs go vertical. And now keep your left leg where it is and bend your right knee. Bring your right foot flat. You can stay here or straighten your right leg and have it hover above the floor. You choose what's best for your low back. Reach the fingertips up towards the left foot. Lift the head and shoulders. Hold or pulse for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Head and shoulders stay lifted. Switch the legs out. Hold or pulse for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Head and shoulders stay lifted. Both legs vertical. Hold or pulse for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift and hold. And now bend the knees, catch the shins, give the knees a squeeze, and rock a little left, a little right, a little left, a little right. Awesome. Now we'll build some momentum going forward and back, forward and back. You can come to your seat and do a pickup. It's basically the reverse of a jump through. You're from your seat grounding the hands and swinging the legs back underneath you. Yeah, or swinging the legs out from underneath you. Yeah, John, if you have blocks, you want to show them the block thing, you can do the block thing. So what's happening here is you're crossing the ankles, creating a tight little ball, and then as you rock the weight forward, the knees pull in, the heels pull tight, and the shoulders draw forward. Just go ahead and rock it out. Yeah. Momentum brings the legs back behind you. Over time, you can slow that down and use more core strength to do that, and backline strength. Awesome. We'll meet in down dog. From your down dog, come forward into your high push-up position, find plank, and as you exhale, lower all the way down to the belly. Nice. Let's take Sphinx pose. Ground the forearms down, elbows underneath the shoulders. Now on the left elbow, pivot the forearms so the left fingertips are pointing to the right. That gives the right arm the freedom to reach back. Bend your right knee and catch the foot. As you catch the foot, it can be pinky toe edge, it can be the big toe edge, it's totally up to you. Depending on how much flexion, how much bend you have in the knee, the fingertips can spin forward if it's super close to you. And once you're there, anchor the left forearm. Drag energetically the hip and the forearm towards each other. And let's release and switch it out. Right forearm grounds, left knee bends, left hand reaches back and catches the foot. As the forearm grounds and you find the foot, then it's really just navigating through the amount of pressure that you need. Pulling just enough. Steady. When you're there, then it becomes less physical, right? You're at the position that is right for you today. And it becomes more mental. Focus attention to breath. Right at the end. And as you release, the left ear to the mat, looking to the right, arms relaxed by your sides, toes touch, and the heels drop open. Deep breath in, and a slow breath out. All right, so let's bring the chin, mouth, or forehead to the mat. Bend the right knee, bend the left knee, reach straight back, and catch your ankles so that the toes point straight back, so the grip is lower, pinky fingers right at the crease of the ankle. Exhale. As you inhale, work just the kick back. Thighs stay low to the ground, heart lifts, shoulders draw back. Breathing in, low belly pulls in, ribs draw back, stabilize for the back body. And release, right ear to the mat, looking to the left, toes touch, heels drop open. Deep breath in, and a slow breath out. Now place the hands underneath the shoulders, press up to the knees. As you press up to the knees, let's tuck the toes, lift the hips, and push back into down dog. Nice. From your down dog, we'll make our way to our seats. That could be a jump through, a jump up, and a sit down, or just a sit down. However that works for you, make it happen. Nice. Once you're there, send the arms forward and slowly recline all of the way back. So in our back bending, we look at it as a preparation in two areas. One, the hip flexor movement, and one, spinal extension movement. We've done spinal extension twice, so now we're going to isolate hip extension by moving into bridge. Bend the knees, bring the feet flat, and then we'll put it all together. As the feet go flat, bend at the elbows and wiggle the shoulder blades closer together. As you do that, now ground the feet, ground the backs of the arms, and lift the hips. As you lift the hips, you can stay with that arm position if you have any shoulder tightness, or interlace the fingers underneath you and walk the shoulder blades closer and closer together. Now, as you ground the feet and the shoulders and the center of the back of the head, pressing lightly down, feeling the hips lift, hugging the thighs, breathing into it right at the end. And as you release, lower the hips down. Let the knees come together, heel toe the feet wider. Knees together, feet wide. All right, let's take a second set of bridge. Bring the feet closer together. Bend at the elbows, and then anchor the feet, the backs of the arms, and lift the hips. As you lift the hips, you can take the position of interlacing the fingers again. For those of you who can't do that, who have some trouble, you can catch the outer edges of the mat, squeeze the palms, and then rotate the palms up. And that'll get that same nice opening in the shoulders itself. Now, if you'd like, you can stay here or heel toe the left foot closer to the right and send your right leg vertical. Grounding to the left foot, lifting to the right, hold. Now, as you lower that leg, let's switch it out. Right foot grounds, left leg lifts. Press down to the right foot, lift up through the hips, hold. And release, hips down, knees together, feet apart. Breathe slowly in and slowly out. Nice. Now bring the knees to the chest, give the knees a squeeze. Rock a little left, a little right, maybe forward and back, and you can do a pickup and jump through, or just roll to your right, meander up into your down dog. Doesn't have to be fancy. Right? That's not the point. Right? We're playing around with the body. It's what Eckhart Tolle says. We want to enjoy form, to create form without getting lost in it. Here we're enjoying our bodies. We're creating these movements without getting lost. That's what yoga is really about. Now, with an inhale, come forward into your high push-up position, find plank, and as you exhale, lower all the way down. Bend your right knee, bend your left knee, reach straight back, and then catch your feet. The insteps are nice here. The ankles are nice too if you want to point the toes back. That really helps with any knee sensitivity. With an inhale, start the kick back. And then, if you'd like, you can work the kick up. Now you'll feel we're starting to put it together. There's the back bend happening for the spine. There's the hip extension happening by the thighs lifting, creating the fuller expression of our back bending, the opening of the deep front line for 3. Breath, moving 2. And slowly, slowly release. Left ear to the mat, looking to the right. Arms relaxed by your sides, toes touch, and the heels drop open. Now let's place the hands underneath the shoulders, press up to the knees, and we'll take a set of camel. Knees are about hip-width distance, so are the feet. Hands come to the low back, the glute area. And as the feet ground, the thighs hug, the heart lifts, and then ease yourself back, ease yourself back. Right hand to the right heel, left hand to the left heel. Maybe tucking the toes under. If that feels good to you, then the hips may slide forward and really anchor the thighs, hugging them in, lifting the heart wide open to the chest for 3, 2, and release hands back to the hips. Bring the hips back to the heels. Sit upright if you have the ability. If you need peaceful warrior for whatever reason, the knees open, rest the body between the legs. All right, we'll take a second set of camel. If you'd like to play around with more, like a closer, fuller expression, I'll add a little element of teaching to get you there. But if you know that's where you want to go into full camel, bring the knees wider and let the toes come closer. Create a V shape between the toes, the feet, and the knees. Now, hands come to the low back, ground down through the feet, lift the heart. It all starts the same, and then start taking this second set back. As the hands reach the heels this time, a way of moving deeper is by walking the hands forward, up the calves, towards the knees, and then allowing the head to go farther back. But listen to your spine. Feel what the hips are going on, the low back, what's happening there. Listen to that. Be communicative with that, and be open to not going as deep as you want to go. For 3, or maybe the body surprises you and you're able to work deeper at 2. And then slowly release, hands back to the hips, hips back to the heels, sit upright. Close the eyes and breathe. And now come on to all fours, tuck the toes, lift the hips, and push back into down dog. From down dog, let's make our way to our seats. You can jump up, jump through, use blocks if you got them, and we'll meet in a seated position at the front of the mat. Awesome. Once you're seated, reach the arms high, but cross over at your forearms. And then hinge forward and catch the outer edges of the feet. It's a cross grip where the left hand is to the edge of the right foot and vice versa. Now, keep your right hand, no, make that your left hand. Keep your left hand where it is, and then release the right hand and place it on the mat behind you. Now, elevate that left leg. Make that your right leg. Elevate your right leg. Hold the hand down, or if you can, the right arm extends back. Anchor the hips, core strong. Press down to lift up to the spine. Rotate the right palm up. Bring that hand to the other side of the same foot, maybe pulling back and lifting the heart. And slowly lower that right leg down. Switch the grip, right hand to the edge of the left foot. Left hand releases to the mat behind you. As that left leg lifts, you can hold or extend the arm. If you collapse with the spine, anchor the hips, lift the heart, then work the rotation. Rotate the left palm up, bring that hand to the other side of the foot. It's okay if the knee needs to bend, pulling back, lifting the heart. And release the left leg down. Take the grip of your choice, tops of the feet, outer edges. Beginning to firm the thighs stronger, shins and thighs are active. Working the shoulders on the back, the heart forward, easing yourself deeper, one breath at a time. Exhale. As you inhale, sweep the arms high. Send the arms forward and slowly recline all the way back. Once you're down, let's bend the knees and catch the outer edges of the feet. Let's take happy baby. Knees go wide as you pull pull down through the feet and press up. Take one breath here. And then as you release, just catch the right shin. Let the left leg lower all the way down. We'll move into a reclined twist. A simple transition. Just catch the shin, left leg lowers down. Awesome. Now plant your right foot. Move your hips up and over to the right. And with the left hand, guide the knee across the body. Closing the eyes, and breathing into the rotation of the spine. There's a saying that we're living from the outside in, meaning we're tethering our identities and giving our power away to circumstances, to things in life that we don't have control over. We're letting the outside world affect our inside world. Let's slowly release, come back to center. And we'll just switch out the legs, move into reclined twist on the other side. Left, excuse me, right leg straightens, left knee bends. Give the knee a squeeze just for a moment and then plant the foot. Move the hips up and over to the left, and with the right hand, guide the left knee across the body. It's easy to hear that and feel like there should be, maybe what I'm saying is that there should be no emotion surrounding maybe the circumstances that we're all currently in. And that feeling like bad about it or sad about it or unhappy about it or frustrated with it is like wrong, and it's not. It's the reality of the situation. But what this practice is really teaching us is to focus on that which we do have control over. If life teaches us anything, it's this long process of letting go of the things that we think we are, the things that we think we need to be happy. All of that eventually, that is outside of yourself, will be taken away, which we're all experiencing acutely in this time of life. Now let's release, come back to center, and then plant the feet. Just windshield wiper the knees, left and right, left and right. And then come to center, heel toe the feet wider and let the knees drop in on each other. This is a really nice final resting position. You can stay right here. Or feel free to extend the legs down, and we'll move into final Shavasana. The legs go wide, heels to the corners of the mat. If you do extend the legs wide, flex back at the toes, firm the thighs, and roll the fronts of the thighs in towards each other. And then when you're ready to release, release. And let go. Soften the face and the jaw, the arms and the legs. Allow yourself to be supported. Supported by the mat beneath you, the earth beneath the mat. And breathe steady. Breathe deeply. Feel the rise and fall of the chest and belly. The mind turns and we drift off into a thought. We get lost in time, future and past, lost in the stories that we're telling ourselves, predominantly revolving around how things should be different, trying to make ourselves feel okay about the things that we're not okay with. And then we return to the breath, and we drop into this space of stillness. And with practice, when you can abide in that stillness for longer and longer periods of time, you'll experience this sense of peace, of love and wholeness that the outside world can never touch. Tethering our spirits to that, breathing wholeheartedly into that. So that we can have solid footing as we navigate through the challenges of life. One breath at a time, one moment at a time. Notice the mind. Return to the breath. Drop into that still, quiet space within. I thank you for choosing to be here today, for sharing in this practice, and for creating this space. And from my heart to yours, namaste.